Before I said I do. The church door slammed open. My name echoed across the sanctuary. Stop the wedding. Every head turned. My best friend stood there, shaking, holding her phone in the air like evidence in a courtroom. I can't let you marry him without knowing the truth. My heart stopped. Gasps filled the room. My fiancé looked confused. My mother gripped the pew. She walked down the aisle slowly, eyes glossy with what looked like tears. I didn't want to do this. But you deserve to know. She showed screenshots. Messages between my fiancé and another woman. Intimate. Emotional. Damaging. The room shifted. Whispers crawled like insects. My vision blurred. I looked at him. He looked stunned. I swear I've never seen those before, he said quietly. But doubt is loud. And humiliation is louder. The wedding paused. And my world cracked. I thought betrayal ended at the altar. I was wrong. The next morning, my bridal group chat was on fire. Maybe you rushed this. We tried to tell you. You ignored red flags. No one defended me. Not one. Even my maid of honor, my childhood sister, stopped answering my calls. Then I learned something worse. The screenshots? They had been circulating for weeks. My bridal party knew. They just didn't tell me. They were waiting for the right time. Waiting. To see me walk down the aisle. Waiting. To see me break publicly. That night, I sat alone on my bedroom floor in my wedding dress. Wrinkled. Discarded. Destroyed. And I prayed. Not politely. Not gracefully. But desperately. God, if I'm blind, open my eyes. If I'm wrong, expose me. If they're wrong, defend me. Silence filled the room. Then peace followed. Not answers. Peace. And I knew something was shifting. Just when I thought it was over. It wasn't. My fiancé's mother requested a private meeting. Her voice was calm. Calculated. I didn't want to interfere, she said. But maybe this is a sign you're not right for my son. There it was. The undertone that had always existed. I was never good enough. Never refined enough. Never their kind of woman. Then she slipped. Just slightly. I warned certain people to be cautious. Certain people. I froze. You spoke to my bridal party? She smiled. Only to protect my son. And in that moment, the pattern connected. The screenshots. The silence. The coordination. This wasn't random betrayal. It was engineered doubt. Slow. Strategic. And I was the target. I went to the church alone that week. Sat in the same pew. No dress. No audience. Just me. If you're still watching, it means you understand what betrayal feels like. Because betrayal isn't loud. It's subtle. It smiles. It hugs you. Then it positions you for humiliation. I bowed my head. God, I refuse to fight this in the flesh. But I cannot survive another public collapse. Tears fell. I need you to expose what I cannot see. And this time? He answered. Not with fire. With strategy. I didn't confront anyone. I observed. Listened. Waited. My fiancé hired a digital forensic specialist quietly. The screenshots? Metadata didn't match his phone. The timestamps were altered. The contact name had been edited. The messages were fabricated. But here's the twist. The editing software used? Registered to an email. An email connected to my best friend. And guess who funded the purchase? A joint account belonging to his mother. The silence after that discovery felt holy. Not chaotic. Holy. Because truth doesn't scream. It reveals. We invited everyone back to the church. Same altar. Same seats. Different energy. My best friend stood confidently. His mother sat poised. The bridal party avoided eye contact. Then my fiancé spoke. We paused this wedding because of accusations. He held up printed reports. Forensic analysis shows the messages were fabricated. Gasps. He continued. The software trail leads back to someone in this room. My best friend's face strained. His mother shifted in her seat. Then I stepped forward. Not angry. Not shaking. Just steady. You didn't want to stop my wedding, I said softly. You wanted to control it. Silence broke them. Not yelling. Silence. His mother stood abruptly. This is absurd. But evidence doesn't panic. People do. My best friend whispered. I thought I was protecting you. No, I replied. You were protecting your access. Because losing me meant losing influence. And she couldn't handle that. Here's the part no one expected. I forgave them. Not publicly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Because freedom was more important than revenge. The bridal party apologized, one by one. Not all friendships survived. But the real ones did. His mother? She withdrew. Powerless. Not because we attacked her. But because truth removed her leverage. 3 months later. I walked down that aisle again. No interruptions. No whispers. Just peace. And when I reached him, he whispered. Now nothing stands between us. And nothing did. Because what God exposes, He restores. If you've ever been smiled at while being sabotaged, supported publicly but doubted privately, almost humiliated by coordinated silence, hear this. Betrayal is loud at first. But truth is louder in the end. Don't rush revenge. Don't force exposure. Pray. Observe. Trust. Because when God defends you, He does it completely. If this story felt personal, if you've ever survived hidden betrayal, subscribe now. Because this series isn't just drama. It's emotional survival. Like. Comment truth wins if you've experienced this. And share this with someone who needs to know. Delayed justice is not denied justice. Chapter 1, The Anniversary Dinner. It was supposed to be simple. 1 year. One quiet dinner. No chaos. No sabotage. Just peace. The restaurant lights were warm. My husband squeezed my hand. We survived everything, he said softly. I smiled. We didn't just survive, we were refined. Then the waiter froze mid-step. Because someone had just walked in. My former best friend. And she wasn't alone. She was holding an envelope. And she was visibly pregnant. The entire restaurant shifted. My heartbeat dropped into my stomach. She walked toward us slowly. I didn't want to do this publicly, she said. But she had chosen the most public moment possible. Her eyes locked onto mine. I'm pregnant. And it's your husband's. Silence detonated. It felt like déjà vu. The same tone. The same confidence. The same performance. But this time, I didn't collapse. I looked at my husband. He didn't hesitate. That's impossible. She slid the envelope across the table. Ultrasound photo. Due date circled. Timeline overlapping our engagement. Gasps from nearby tables. Phone subtly recording. And I realized something terrifying. This wasn't just personal. This was calculated. Again. We left immediately. In the car, I finally let my composure break. What if there's something I don't know? My voice barely existed. He pulled over. Looked me in the eyes. There is no child that I created outside this marriage. Certainty. Not defensiveness. Certainty. But trauma doesn't disappear just because truth exists. It whispers. What if? That night I didn't sleep. I prayed. But not angrily. Just tired. God, not again. The next morning, we began with facts. Doctor records can't be manipulated easily. Due dates reveal conception windows. And here's what she didn't expect. The estimated conception week? My husband was overseas on a business trip. With documented passport stamps. Hotel receipts. Company logs. But here's the twist. The ultrasound date had been edited. Poorly. Because when magnified, a different name was faintly visible beneath the digital overlay. Not my husband's. Someone else's. We confronted her privately this time. No audience. No restaurant. No performance. Just truth. You altered the scan, my husband said calmly. She didn't respond. You changed the name. Her composure cracked slightly. Then I asked softly. Who is the father? Silence. Tears. Then the confession came in fragments. The father was someone powerful. Married. Influential. And unwilling to claim the child. She needed protection. She needed stability. She needed my husband's reputation. Because if she could attach his name to the baby, she wouldn't be alone. This wasn't about love. Or revenge. It was survival through manipulation. That night I sat alone again. Not broken. Just aware. If you're still watching, it means you understand what betrayal feels like. But this felt different. This wasn't sabotage. This was desperation. God, how do I respond without becoming bitter? And for the first time, I felt compassion. Not weakness. Compassion. Because broken people break others. Here's where the story shifts. We didn't expose her publicly. We didn't humiliate her. We offered something unexpected. We'll help you, I said. But not with lies. Legal resources. Counseling. But complete separation from our marriage. She cried. Not dramatically. Just defeated. Because the power play failed. And for the first time, there was no stage. No audience. No strategy. Just consequences. 2 months later, I felt different. Exhausted. Emotional. Late. I took a test alone. Positive. I sat on the bathroom floor and laughed through tears. Because the enemy tried to attach false pregnancy to my marriage. But God attached promise. When I told my husband, he didn't speak. He just cried. And whispered. After all that. Yes. After all that. Peace didn't just return. It multiplied. At our 2-year vow renewal, I stood with a visible baby bump. Stronger. Calmer. Untouchable. Because betrayal had tried every angle. Friendship. Community. Authority. Motherhood. And failed. But here's what we didn't know. The real father of her child was about to come forward. And his arrival would shake everything again. If you believe truth doesn't need volume to win, subscribe. Because this isn't just drama. It's a series about spiritual resilience. Comment promise after pain if you've seen God restore what was attacked. And turn on notifications. Because the next The powerful man behind the lie steps into the light. And this time, it's not private.